Om Shanti. Everyone sit straight and focus. Bring all attention to the awareness of my own eternal self. I am a soul, eternal and immortal. Now at conferences, I have to again return to my eternal self. In this eternal self, there is completely peace, complete with love, completely pure. As I concentrate and remove all the pulls, subtle pulls. Just as a seed, everything I merge in this seed. So there are no thoughts, no pull. Comfortably seated on the throne of this body as a master, but completely detached from body. Yes, connected with body, but detached from body. It is my eternal stage which will determine my journey of 5,000 years in many different forms. Now, as is the end of the cycle, I have to become full. I connect with Baba as the supreme seed of this world tree. God, Baba, is ever pure. So I take the vibrations and also energy of complete purity. Baba is ocean of love. He is complete with pure love. So I take from Baba pure love. I keep receiving God's love. Baba is ocean of peace. So I fill myself with peace. Baba has all powers. So I fill myself with all Baba's powers. Baba has all knowledge. So I fill myself with Baba's knowledge. The eternal self has to be complete, has to be full, and then connect with my sweet home. I came from sweet home and I have to return to sweet home. Always remember that I have to return to sweet home. Home which has unlimited light, is the silence, no sound. And there is presence of Baba. In Baba's presence at my sweet home, I also experience complete silence. And in silence, I look at Baba, take drishti from Baba, fill myself from Baba's drishti, Baba's love. Baba, through his drishti, purifies us. Baba is in the world, in the body, but beyond. I also, looking at Baba, stay beyond the atmosphere of the world or full of body. Baba only uses his eyes to look at us. So I, in my original self, stay very still, peaceful, and experience complete full stage. Mansa vacha karmana vritti drishti और कृति
मनसा प्यूरिटी अर्थात सदा और सर्वप्रत शुभ भावना, शुभकामना, सर्वप्रत वो आत्मा कैसी भी हो, लेकिन प्यूरिटी की रॉयलिटी की मनसा है। सर्वप्रत शुभ भावना, शुभकामना, कल्याण की भावना, रहम की भावना, दातापन की भावना, और दृष्टि में सदा वातो हरे के प्रति आत्मक स्वरूप देखने में आए, वह फरिश्ता रूप दिखाई दे। चाहे वो फरिश्ता नहीं बना है, लेकिन मेरे दृष्टि में फरिश्ता रूप और आत्मक रूपी कृति अर्थात संबंध, संपर्क में, कर्म में आना, उसमें सदा ही सर्वप्रत स्नेह देना, सुख देना। चाहे दूसरा स्नेह दे नहीं दे, लेकिन मेरा कर्तव्य है स्नेह दे, स्नेही बनाना, सुख देना। स्लोगन है ना, न दुख दो न दुख लो। देना भी है, लेना भी नहीं है। देने वाले आपको कभी दुख भी दे दे, लेकिन आप उसको सुख की स्मृति से देखो। गिरे हुए को गिराया नहीं जाता, गिरे हुए को सदा ऊंचा उठाया जाता। वो परवश होके दुख दे रहा है, गिर गया ना, तो उसको गिराना नहीं है, और भी उसको एक लात लगा लो बेचारे को, ऐसे नहीं। उसको स्नेह से ऊंचा उठाओ। उसमें भी फर्स्ट चैरिटी बिगिंस एट होम। पहले तो चैरिटी बिगिंस होम है ना, अपने सर्विस साथी, सेवा के साथी, ब्राह्मण परिवार के साथी, हर एक को ऊंचा उठाओ। वो अपनी बुराई दिखावे भी, लेकिन आप उनकी विशेषता देखो।
Om Shanti. Welcome to our series Complete Purity, Eternal and Original Self, Day 8, Anadi Adi Swarupa.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. At Confluence Sage, we have to attain to our complete stage of eternal self. So we are still there at eternal self. Then we will take on original self. And that is from soul conscious, then becoming angel, then becoming deity. So one of the important aspect of eternal self is purity. That is why we took this topic of purity. Now, eternal self, as I mentioned, is in the seed form. And everything, the quality, color, whatever comes out is what is in the seed. Of course, depending on sunlight, water, how much care we take, but still it's the quality of the seed. So all our future births, golden age, silver age, copper age, depends on what I am at this time, what I have filled in this original self. So if it is full, it has all the qualities, it has all the powers, then naturally all that manifests in every birth. So Baba just mentioned, and we also had been talking about purity of thoughts, purity of words, purity of mind, purity of intellect. But today I will share a little bit on purity of sanskars. Because when mind and intellect is merged, then the light and might, what the soul is, really based on the sanskars. And Baba also had been mentioning that there are two things. One is sanskar, other is sansar. Sansar means our world, my world. So there is deep connection between inner sanskars and outer world. So we always try to change things in the outer world. And also we see whatever is happening in the outer world does affect our lives. Right? But then always remember that it is from the sanskars that it is manifesting. You will find that if there is a situation which is in sansar or in the world, and each one of us will have a different impact. Each one of us has complete different response and how we face that situation. Some can worry, some don't worry. For some, it's not something big, but for some, it could be very big. All that depends on my sanskars. Now, sanskars actually are whatever, let's say now we have knowledge. Knowledge is in the intellect, so thoughts come in the mind, and intellect discerns whether I should do it or not. And when you decide, then you do it. It could be speaking, it could be listening, it could be doing any kind of action through our hands, through our feet, or what we eat. All these actions. Now, when action, as soon as action finishes, it doesn't finish really. Action hasn't finished because what it leaves in the soul is some impression, some imprint, stays with the soul in form of sanskar. Just imagine everything you see, everything you hear, everything you talk, whatever small, big action we do, all that is becoming part of me, part of us. Is going in the soul, it's becoming sanskar. So it's not ordinary thing in the sense we have to pay a lot of attention on what type of actions I do. And then those sanskars, when they are like for long-term sanskars, they become very strong habits. So one are habits of like external habits, but other are also habit of thinking, the way I think, quality of thoughts, the way I respond. All that is really coming from the sanskar. So the to bring change in the sanskar, from where I have to begin? Should I change my mind first or intellect first? How do I change? So now God comes and He gives us knowledge, because knowledge is understanding. Knowledge is something which is very important to guide the mind. And now, importance of knowledge is that means your intellect, power to discern, if it is based on knowledge, based on Baba's teachings, and very, very clear about one's own self, about karmas, all the knowledge Baba gives. So that knowledge, understanding is guiding the mind all the time. It's not that mind listens all the time. Sometimes mind is very strong and still does what it wants, but gradually it does listen because we see the benefits, we see the attainments. When I used knowledge, how rewarding it was. When I didn't use and just listen to what Baba call it, manmat, no? That only go by dictates of your own mind, then also we know what's the result. So gradually it's like now in our lives, especially Baba has given us time to study properly, read morely properly, revise morely. And it's just like Baba said, churning, reflection. So you are grinding it and keep using it, right? Whether as a nectar. So when you are using knowledge in intellect, absorbing knowledge, and then using it to direct your mind, because that's where the Shrimad comes. No? We always say, let's see what Baba says. Let's hear what Baba says. So that's Shrimad. So we are giving Shrimad to our mind, and mind then start following. And then that thought, with whatever we decide, whether it is mind dominated or intellect, whether it's based on knowledge or past sanskars, but then we do action. And sometimes action is like, many times in especially like talking, many people will say, well, that's not really I wanted to say. Let's say you say something which brings a lot of happiness, but sometimes you say something which is not very respectful or pleasant. So we know that it's coming from sanskar. That means sanskar is so strong that your action now, that is what is called chakkar in the sense of kind of cycle now, where to break it, where is exit point. We have to find the exit point so that it doesn't keep repeating. And sometimes it could take long to change the sanskars because we are not strong enough to somewhere stop it. And that is why Baba says you need all the powers. And you get beautiful experiences if you realize how it can be done. Now, someone has sanskars, or gets upset with you or whatever, because there are a lot of karmic accounts in Lokik relationship and also a Lokik relationship. So if I start using powers, 8 powers, whether it is tolerance, whether power to merge, that much settling keeps happening. And the transformation of my sanskars also happen. I know that it's like we teach ourselves based on Baba is teaching us. So when I came in Gyan, one thing I learned that karmic account means what? That it hasn't been settled. That's why it goes in account, right? How much I borrowed, how much I have to settle, it needs a book, right? Account. No, there is a saying, must be in all religions, that up there God has a big notebook or register for everyone. So everything they right there. But that doesn't happen. He doesn't need to do all that work or keep his agents to do it. Everything goes and become part of us. It becomes, it's me then, it's sanskar. So you can't be separate, right, from sanskar. So I remember when I realized that karmic account is when it's 2 souls, 3 souls, many souls. So I was very new in knowledge, and I understood and I thought best way is not to respond to that person in the same way, but do it in a positive way. So settling will happen, but also new karmic account, good relationship will also be formed. Sometimes I could say, I have nothing to do, okay, I will tolerate it. But other is, was I then again sweet enough to go and communicate? So it's very interesting way of settling of past karmas happen. So this woman came and start saying all kinds of things. She was upset or angry, but I didn't connect because I didn't do anything, nor I couldn't understand what she's saying. So I just was listening. And after that, I said, can I bring a glass of water for you? And she, of course, was melted that I'm saying all kinds of uh, useless things, and she's offering me water. Anyway, it's a long story. She changed. But I decided that if it is 2 ways, I can't change anyone. We really try to change people, but you cannot. But at least I can change my relationship with that person in the sense that I will think this way, I will respect, I will not confront, or, all dharna, use any power which is needed at that time. So, what is happening now? That gradually soul conscious relationships are formed, your karmas are settled, and my sanskars are changing also. Not only changing from negative to positive, but I am creating also elevated sanskars, satoguni sanskar. It's little subtle. I think that you might have to think about it, that because one part of purity is that what I have done in the past for so many births in body consciousness, what Baba uses word conqueror of sinful actions or vikarmaji, because in corporate irony, in body consciousness, we have done so much interaction and so many actions, interactions, relationships. So if I have to settle all, even if somebody said every birth after birth we had been settling, but some always continue. Like one of the things that continues, you can see from sanskar, is the nature, the characteristic of a person. Child is born, and one child is very much with contentment, other one is always like not happy, and some children are, they, when you look at them, they are very peaceful, and some they cry a lot for everything. So what, it's coming from the sanskars, no? So we carry, not 100% because they get settled also birth after birth, but still the count continues in form of our, some sanskars are there. So those sanskars now emerge, but how do I take care of them? How do I take care of them is using knowledge, using all powers. Like these days, especially for me, because of whatever reason, if misunderstanding happen, or someone goes into different mood, or so I just use power of yoga, power of silence. Because more you go into that, more kind of then argument happen, then more words, and but it doesn't help. So one of the best way to settle is power of yoga. But it's not. It takes time. But as much we can do through power of yoga is at that time, just go to Baba. I've experimented with so many situations. I just go to Baba and I sit with Baba, remember Baba. Because many say, Baba says you burn your sins in fire of yoga. What is that burning now? Sometimes this question arises and many ask. But it's basically you remember Baba, you give that thought to Baba. So settling happened, and then for me also, there's lightness because I didn't react, I didn't feel bad, or it takes time, but you will experience that. And then if I need to use uh, power of yoga, it can be silence, or it can be as one of my senior Dadi told me that once we know anyone's sanskar, that this person's sanskar is this, then it shouldn't really bother. No, if I don't know, then it's something different. But if I know, I like that point she taught me. So really, within this original self, we want all sanskars, they all beautiful sanskars, divine sanskars. So if it was only settling, it was easy. But how do I, that is why it is said, viceless and all virtuous. Viceless is one thing, but all virtues, because my Adi self, that is deity form or my role in the golden age, I need all divine virtues. So when will I inculcate them? If I only keep settling. But while settling, if you are using powers, then your virtues will emerge. And you will start feeling, I'm now more peaceful. Not that I don't get upset now. I don't get upset is not enough, but I stay peaceful. It's not that I not, what you are not doing is one thing, but what am I doing, becoming? So we can do both, no? Settle, but also create elevated sanskars, good sanskars. So it's little bit subtle. You can all think about it, and if you have questions, you can write us. So now all that is happening. So that means lot is being burned and lot is being settled, but also I'm creating now. Now, when Baba says have uh, like soul consciousness, always give good wishes. Now, why Baba says always give good wishes? It's not only for practice, but that's where you are creating soul conscious relationship with everyone. Mm. Just imagine one person can keep thinking about you, whatever, even negative, but I have to give good wishes. Sometimes it feels what it's doing, but that's where the new soul conscious relationships you are forming is understand this. So everything then from this seed, the sanskars, whatever sanskars say I have now, of purity, of love, of peace, this is what I am cultivating now, all these new sanskars. So sanskars, whole world around me is sanskars, right? So there are four things: mind, body, wealth or physical resources, and fourth is relationships. So mind, we all have mind. There are a lot of thoughts, but you will find some people have a lot of difficulty with their own mind. They can't easily make it calm. They can't think differently. They so much dictated, but just what they think. It's all different kinds of nature. See, that is why the spirituality, one is physical, but then spiritual. But because these mental things are so vast now, that there is whole field of psychology. Because everything is coming through mind. Joy, happiness, suffering, pain, everything is in the mind. So Baba has given us this mantra. Keep saying Om Shanti. Anything happen, first through your mind Om Shanti, and then keep good wishes. So that whatever is emerging, which is in you from your sanskar too, but these are two ways. It's very, very helpful. So mind and then body. It's a big thing today, right? Health, sickness, everything. Just imagine size of the height of a person, the face of a person, features of a person, bodies of five elements. And Ayurvedic explains us that somewhere whatever element is missing is not in balance. That's where sickness comes. No, it's all coming from sanskars. The features of a child is from the sanskars. Then third is wealth. Some are very, very good naturally with money. They always have something or other. They are good, not greedy, like accumulating, but they never have difficulty or problem. Even which family one is. Then fourth is relationship. Where am I born? A family which has high moral standards, some devotion, charity, and there are some they always see a lot of fight, lot of quarrels, lot of. So there are two things: the relationship I get, whether I'm saying Lokik, even in a Lokik, and other is how am I with relationships? Do I have any difficulty with relationships, or I am a person can be easy, could be natural, have serene thing, and it's all right. Get along with everyone, whatever, whosoever. All are different. The two sides in relationships. One is relationships like the family you are born, the neighborhood, everything. Other is, but then how am I at present doing it? So we have knowledge now and we want good relationships. But one thing definitely we keep improving, that to be loving in relationship, you have to be detached. As soon as you start depending, like good attitude of someone, friendliness, you suddenly you start depending, something will happen and it will break your heart, and then you say, "Oh look, it's my attachment, my expectation." So you detach, and then again your love will emerge. It's a journey, you know. Look at Dadis. I am doing it for 60 years. Every day there is little more learning, little more. That is why we don't give up nor we are tired, because every day there is some change happening on us. So we will go a little bit more in detail, not today, but mind, body, wealth or resources, and fourth is relationships. So all that are within the sanskar. Now, in soul consciousness, with my original self, I am following Baba's knowledge that what I should be thinking, what should be my thoughts. And when I'm doing it, I'm creating that fortune or creating those sanskars. Right? Same as what am I doing enough seva from my through my body. One is to do good actions. So that is why generally they say sinful action and charitable action. Pap karma and punya. Punya is charitable action. And charitable actions is not just, it's even small little things where, uh, giving happiness or helping hand, whatever way. So body, you are using it for seva, for elevated actions. And of course, whatever our duty and responsibility is, we will do that. In that, there will be time also, is important. And same is with the resources or wealth. One can be very, very much, uh, all the time their mind is with money, with properties, with this. All the time you sit with them, the only talk is about something material because their mind is so much into that. And there are some, they have it and they know how exactly I should be using it. Their budget is very clear. So they don't have, their mind is not wandering. That's another big subject. But then also in relationships. For me, anyone I have seen or met, I don't know, I just say, I love you. You are God's child. And if I get a chance, one sister, I always ask her, who is your partner, husband? She said, how come you keep asking? I said, we met, no, in somewhere and you introduced me. Because they come into our list, no. We have to be donors, no, Baba said, good wishes. And this account of good wishes doesn't diminish, right? More you give, more it increases. The currency of good wishes is unlimited. More you give, more it increases. It's not I gave so much good wishes, now I don't have any stock, right? No one can say that. That's what Baba keeps saying. Think good about everyone and have good wishes for everyone. It's an unlimited resource, actually. So purity is where all that has to be cleaned, right? Just imagine how much cleansing we have to do. Because that is where not only I become original self, but also then uh, not only eternal self, but we also have to be original self. That will be next, we will take it. But so purity where I have to clear all my accounts. Mm. Like sometimes some people say, my accounts are clear. I have no debt to pay. I have given whatever has to be. I have, wherever I have, whatever way I have to do, I am very clean now, clear. So same is internally. Now, if you just keep cleaning thoughts, uh, I shouldn't think this way, I shouldn't, it's temporary fixing because fixing has to be deeper. And that fixing is soul consciousness, good wishes, using powers of yoga, using power of yoga. That is change, complete change, not temporary fixing. So it's not only I have to just sort out thoughts. Yes, it's important, but it is thoughts, it's words, it's drishtis, actions, and Baba's teachings and Baba's directions help us to do where I am creating the future, not only clearing past. And so that's why we have really double work here. Clear the past and create the future. And future means what you do at present, that will be your future too. But at present, I have two tasks now, cleaning and then creating also. And with power of yoga, with knowledge, power of silence, all 8 powers of yoga. These are different tools where I could settle, but also I can create the elevated actions and elevated future. So this is where the seed, the eternal self, will be very light because it's cleaning, clearing, but also it's elevated feelings that I'm also becoming, I'm also doing, sharing with others. So I was thinking today that most of you, uh, some are very, very regular. We all done such collective yoga. Morning, you all come in time, 3:30. There are many, many. I've never seen few hundred coming for Amrit. But same is in the evening when we turn on at 6, many are waiting to be part of the gathering. And I know that all this, what we are accumulating power of yoga, definitely is not only for us, but it's going to help also some way in world transformation. Baba can use it. So I really appreciate and kind of acknowledge that how Baba is making us do it. Even I am kind of not, I'm also surprised, but we're doing it. And of course, what we're doing, Baba looks at us and he must be the one who is inspiring us to do it. So I thought that really is happening and we will continue and see how Baba, where Baba is taking us. And I think that in the end, when we will sit in Baba's remembrance, we will send vibrations. You all know that lot is happening in United States and not many places, but some centers are very near where looting is going on, fire is going on. So we had been supporting each other by calling and finding out, but Also, the feeling is the time to pack. Time to pack, because one after another, it's a big thing what is happening. So everywhere is different. They say that in Geneva, which is the richest country, for free food, they have line for 1 mile. You have to stand in line to get food. So things are drastically changing. So Baba has given us chance to accumulate and use power of yoga, and don't waste your any thought into worrying, and just be with Baba as much as possible to support yourself, family, and also give to Brahmin family, but also to the whole world. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I can see on your face that you are super excited. Today we're going to the United States of America. Let's all fly to Los Angeles and Seal Beach.
Three sisters in Los Angeles, Geeta Ben, Binu Ben, and other one. Hello, beautiful. We send all good wishes to all of you. Of course, you are very, very safe. You will remain safe, right? Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Okay, blessing for tomorrow. Our practice. May you show royalty in every act. May you show royalty in every act you perform and the word you speak with royalty. No, with reality. May you show royalty in every act you perform and the word you speak with reality and claim a right to come in the first division. Royalty means constantly to have the awareness of your original form. So it's connected with our homework, original form. Reality means constantly to have the awareness of your original form through which royalty will also be visible on your face. So reality means constantly to have the awareness of your original form through which royalty will also be visible on your face. So first reality, then royalty. Reality means to belong to one father and none other. That means it's the truth, right? Reality is truth. Reality means to belong to one father, none other. With this awareness, royalty will be visible in your every act and word. Whoever comes into contact with you, whoever comes in contact with you will experience your activities to be like those of the Father. From your every word, from your every word, they will experience attainment. Because what we have when we speak, we give. From your every word, they will experience attainment and authority like fathers. Attainment and authority through your words. Because your company is real, it will work like a touchstone. Because your company is real, it will work like a touchstone. Only such royal souls, only such royal souls with reality claim a right to the first division. Only such royal souls with reality claim a right to the first division. Slogan: increase your account of elevated actions. Increase your account of elevated actions, and your account of sinful actions will finish. Yeah, that's another whole subject. How we do elevated actions and sinful actions are destroyed. But if there are sinful actions, they won't, those sanskar don't let you do elevated. You get a thought, I will do it, and you can't do it. Doesn't work because still there is quite strong force from the past sanskars. So keep experimenting, keep moving forward. See, in this knowledge, because it's a truth, right? So one step you take, you will understand the next one. Even if theoretically we understand everything, I have full knowledge, we all will say it. But really, this knowledge is such, it reveals every time. There is clarity, more understanding. So every day you will say, oh, now I understand more. But I understood from very beginning. Right? But in practical, it's only when you keep doing it. So whatever Baba says, let me do it. And when you do it, then truth is revealed. Then you listen more, then you do it, then more truth is revealed. So every day understanding will deepen, it will be clear. Same is with power, connection with Baba. Everything is, every moment, every day, it's get better and better. And that is why Baba says study every day, study regularly. You cannot say, oh, I know all these points. You know points, but not necessarily that's your attainments. If you want them in form of attainments, then what you have to do is to understand, do it, then understanding will increase. Right? Okay, let's remember Baba and thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Om Shanti. Oh, wow. Look at Diane. I saw you yesterday in Peace Village and today you are in Seal Beach. That's the beauty, right? You had difficulty in flying, so Baba doesn't want you to get in the plane. Okay, we take drishti from Baba, we thank Baba, but also we send our good wishes, vibrations to all the places which are surrounded by violence, and so our good wishes for them wherever they are.
पवित्रता की राह पर पवित्रता की राह पर हमको चलते जाना है पवित्रता की राह पर हमको चलते जाना है जो भी मिले राह में उसे मंजिल पर पहुंचाना है जो भी मिले राह में उस मंजिल पर पहुंचाना है पवित्रता की राह पर हमको चलते जाना है
बंद कर
पवित्रता की राह पर
करो गीत. Om Shanti. Good night, everyone.